guys, Mike Toy Bonsai Boise. So this is a silver maple. It's not looking good. As you can tell, this is not what a silver maple normally looks like, or it's not what it should look like. So you may have seen some other videos that I posted. I used this insecticide spray last spring, so the spring of 2019. It's now spring of 2020. I got it at a local store here. The name of the insecticide is called, I think it's called Z1, kind of like Zone, but it's Z1. I don't know for sure if that is what did this to the trees, but what I do know is when I used it, this happened to several trees. All my silver maples that I used it on, it happened, as well as a green ash and some Amur maples. So again, I don't know if that for sure is what it was, but this happened. So to be specific, what it was, I was trying to get rid of aphids, and what happened is, see if I can get you a better example here. So rather than leaves growing in the normal way that leaves are supposed to grow and look, they came in all shriveled, kind of like this, looking just sort of, they're twisted up and shriveled like little alien hands is the only way I can describe it. Here's another example here. So that's not how they're supposed to look. The odd thing too is that Z1 stuff it's specifically for trees. It says it's specifically for trees and bushes and shrubs. So anyways, I don't know. So what I did, I had another silver maple, and I did a video on this last year, which I'll put the link to that up top right now so you can see what I did. I basically just defoliated it. Not entirely, but almost entirely. And that kind of fixed the problem. The leaves ended up growing back in the normal way after I did that. And then this year, they also grew back in the normal way, or pretty close. I'd say like 90% normal. So today, I'm gonna do the same thing to this one here. I'm really surprised that whatever happened to these lasted a whole year. So it didn't just, affect that batch of leaves. It affected it that entire year, and then over the fall and winter, and now in the next spring, it's still doing it. So it kind of baffles me. But so what I'm gonna do now is jump in, and I'm gonna mostly defoliate this. I'm gonna try to keep whatever leaves look healthy. Like I can see there's these top ones here actually are looking kind of normal and healthy. So I'm going to keep anything like that, and I'm going to get rid of the rest and hope for the best. As for these little sprouts coming up down here, I'm going to keep them there as sacrificial branches and leaves just to help thicken up the trunk. So I'm going to leave those alone for the most part because I've already got one ugly scar. I may as well just let them grow and have another ugly scar when I clip those. So join me now if you want, and we'll dive in and do a defoliation on this bad boy. All right, so there it is. So I trimmed it down quite a bit, as you can see. Something I'll point out, the one constant thing that I'm seeing with this issue is that what's happening is that one particular spot, rather than having two branches come out, which is what is supposed to happen, you know, in a lot of cases you'll see, you know, in nature, you'll see 3 or 4 come out. But what I'm seeing with these particular trees after spraying them is that like 12 buds come out of one spot. So you've got this cluster of buds all in one spot. And my theory is that that's why the leaves are coming out kind of deformed or not at all. You'll just get these clusters of kind of like growth, this green blob of growth that aren't full leaves because you've got too many trying to bud out at one time in one place. So I did the same thing here that I did to the one last year, and I just defoliated it for the most part all the way. Oh, there's a little spider right there. Got him. Gross. Anyways, defoliated it for the most part, and I got rid of all the extra buds that were in one spot for the most part, and tried to narrow it down to just two buds coming out of one place, with a couple of exceptions. Like here, for example, got 3 coming out of one spot, and the only reason I did that is because there's 3 normal looking leaves. So since I had to defoliate it, I want to give the good leaves as much of a shot as possible, and then I can correct it later once it grows back and gets healthy again. So anyways, that's a look. Let me give you a little spinny spin here. Yep, so there it is. This tree has seen better days, but it still has a lot of good potential to it. It's still very young, relatively speaking, and so I'm hoping that it bounces back from this and gets healthy again. If you got any experience with the Z1 insecticide spray, please do share it, because I mean, it was a night and day difference. I sprayed it, and a week later, all my trees did this. Not all of them, but all of certain species. Silver maple, Amur maple, green ash, hibiscus, maybe a couple others, I can't remember. But yeah, so if you have any experience, good or bad, please share. You know, the more we know, the more we can avoid that kind of thing in the future. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good day.